New details are released in a missing persons case from nearly 50 years ago. The coroner confirms the human remains found belong to two people.
The Belvidere Assembly Plant gets a monetary boost from the federal government. How the funds will be used to enhance electric vehicle production.
And fans of sweet corn can get their hands on some ears earlier than usual. Farmers tell us why it's one of the best crops in years.
Live from WTVO 17. This is Eyewitness News at 5.
Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Wendell Edwards. Thank you for being here. Tonight, the Winnebago County coroner releases new details in a decades-old cold case.
Back in March, officials found a 1966 Chevrolet Impala at the bottom of the Pecatonica River. The car was linked back to the 1976 disappearance of two men, Everett Hawley and Clarence Owens. Over 100 bones were found in the car and along the riverbed at the scene. The coroner says initial testing shows the skeletal remains belong to two separate men. No trauma was found on any of the recovered bones and no foul play is suspected in the case. The remains have been sent to the State Police Crime Lab in Springfield for DNA testing to see if they match those missing men. That testing could take several weeks.
Tonight, a Freeport man faces charges in a pair of car burglaries. Witnesses told police a masked man was trying to break into a garage on West Chestnut Street early yesterday morning. Officers arrested Joshua Heller after they spotted him running from the area. Investigators discovered the 20-year-old was reportedly responsible for two prior car robberies. Police arrested Heller. He now faces 2 counts of burglary, attempted burglary to a building, and theft with a prior conviction. He was booked into the Stevenson County Jail, and he is now awaiting the outcome of a pretrial detention hearing.
Health officials warn that a mosquito-borne illness has hit parts of the state. The CDC says Illinois has 34 reported human cases of dengue fever. 10 are spread across Ogle, Champaign, Will Lake, and DuPage counties. The other 24 cases are in Cook County. Officials say dengue is transmitted by infected mosquitoes. Symptoms include nausea, vomiting, muscle aches, rash, joint and bone pain, and headaches. The best way to avoid the disease is to protect yourself from mosquito bites by using insect repellent, wearing loose-fitting, long-sleeved clothing, and avoiding standing water. The Belvidere Assembly Plant receives federal funding to bolster its electric vehicle production. The plant will receive over $334 million, part of a $1.7 billion investment nationwide. Illinois is one of 8 states receiving the funding. The grants will be used to convert shuttered or at-risk auto plants into manufacturing facilities for electric and hybrid vehicles. Other Midwestern states, including Indiana, Ohio, and Michigan, are receiving grants as well. It's one of many changes coming to the Belvidere plant. Stellantis is also building a battery factory next door. That's expected to open in 2028.
For the first time since the early part of the pandemic, U.S. consumer prices have fallen in the month of June. Consumer prices dropped 0.1% on a monthly basis, helping to bring the annual rate of inflation to 3%. That's up from 3.3% back in May. That's according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the latest Consumer Price Index report. It is also the first month-on-month decline in new and used car prices since May 2020. However, interest rates remain at a 23-year high as a result of the central bank's inflation fighting campaign.
Well, we've all heard the old saying, knee high by the 4th of July. But by the 4th of July this year, some of the corn crop was double that height.
Eyewitness reporter Blake Deetz saw just how high that crop was. He stopped by a small family farm in Winnebago County today. And Blake, they're selling corn weeks early?
Yeah, that's right, Wendell. Mimi, Durand farmer Dermot Dolan tells me droughts the last few years have affected his sweet corn. This year, though, it's been a 180. Dolan has been farming sweet corn for over 30 years. He started this stand with his father and now operates it with his wife and 4 kids. He says he's seen it all, from ears fetching 50 cents a dozen when he started to having to replant his crops after a cold April for the first time ever. Fortunately, this year's damp summer has allowed the family stand to sell ahead of schedule.
A lot of people's crops didn't benefit as well because of the lack of moisture during the hotter months. June, July, it seemed like the moisture wasn't there the last couple of years. And then this year, it's almost every single night it's raining. With the humidity and the moisture, we are easily a week to 10 days ahead of time of what it usually is.
Now Dolan's homemade sweet corn has a dozen ears for $6 or 50 cents an ear. I'll have more on that family business coming up at 6. Mimi?
That's great to see. All right, thanks, Blake. A local family business celebrates 50 years of service in the Forest City. Charles Kurt first opened the doors of Kurt's Auto July 11th, 1974. Over the years, they underwent several expansions and a move in 1999. Through it all, the business was kept in the family. Now Charles' son Nathan manages the business along with his brother. They held an open house today for customers, former employees, friends, and family to celebrate with them. Nathan says he's happy to continue to preserve his parents' legacy.
I'm really proud of what they built and how hard they've worked to get this business in the direction it is, and to be here in Rockford, Illinois for the last 50 years is very, very impressive.
And I think they enjoy being involved in Rockford. And they have a sense of identity, and they're proud of being in business in Rockford. And so it's worked out pretty well.
It certainly has, and Kurt's Auto is currently located on Wansford Way near the intersection of Harrison and Mulford.
Growing calls on Capitol Hill for President Biden to drop out of the race.
Up next, the president prepares to hold his first news conference since his debate with Donald Trump.
And later, it's all about the movies for one central Illinois town. Coming up at 6, a look at the #2 ranked drive-in in the country.
And folks are starting to settle in here for dinner on the dock in downtown Rockford at Prairie Street Brewing. The weather, for the most part, is going to hold out. We had a couple of showers out there earlier today, but we will see soon a return of some heat and humidity, and also some more thunderstorm chances looking into the weekend and early next week. I've got the timing of that, and of course what we can expect for the rest of tonight, all coming up in your most trusted forecast a little later.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team, with Mimi Murphy, Wendell Edwards, Scott Leber, and Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Tonight, President Biden will hold a solo news conference. It's the first time the president will face questions from reporters since his debate against Donald Trump.
Raquel Martin explains what could be a pivotal moment for the president's re-election campaign.
It's honestly unclear if the president's performance at tonight's NATO press conference will have much sway. There is still a small but growing number of Democrats calling on the president to step aside. Today, Democrats held another closed-door meeting on Capitol Hill. Ahead of the president's high-stakes press conference, Democratic senators sat down with the president's campaign.
You know what? I support Joe Biden.
Heading in, some rallied, while others stressed the need for President Biden to prove he can defeat former President Donald Trump in November.
The question is really whether they can they move the needle.
Leaving, Senator Richard Blumenthal seemed hardly relieved.
Some of my concerns are allayed. Some others have been deepened.
He says the president has a lot of work ahead to prove he's up to the task.
The press conference will be potentially a turning point, but it has to be more than just one press conference.
For a growing number of Democrats, the future is clear.
Everything matters.
Colorado Senator Michael Bennet says the party needs to take an honest look at the data.
If things stay as they are, it's likely that Donald Trump will win the election and they will lose the Senate and will lose the House.
One senator, Vermont's Peter Welch, and more than a dozen House Democrats are publicly calling on President Biden to drop out. New York Congressman Pat Ryan is part of that growing group.
I really felt it was my patriotic duty at this point. Donald Trump's an existential threat.
House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries is brushing off brewing divisions.
Conversations have been candid, comprehensive, and clear-eyed, and they are ongoing.
And it's not just Americans that will be watching tonight's NATO press conference closely. Key allies have openly been weighing the outcome of this year's election. For now in Washington, Raquel Martin, back to you.
Raquel, thank you. Skies have been clearing in the state line after some clouds and rain today.
After the break, Candace tells us if it'll stay dry tomorrow and what to expect for the weekend. Live from dinner on the dock.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, good evening. Welcome back. It is turning out to be a beautiful but warm evening. We are live here in downtown Rockford at Prairie Street Brewing for Dinner on the Dock. This takes place every Thursday throughout the summer, and every Thursday night they have a band play. Tonight, starting at 6, will be the student body. They are setting up here behind me, and I am told that they play a wide variety of music. A lot of good variety, I think, for a lot of folks to enjoy here. Now, Dinner on the Dock did kick off at 5 o'clock this evening. It will run until 10. Live music is from 6 until 9 o'clock here tonight. It is a beautiful evening, but if you are planning on doing anything outdoors here tonight, just know it is going to be a little on the steamier side. Now we take a live look with our SkyTrack camera here over downtown Rockford, overlooking the Rock River, and of course the docks here at Prairie Street Brewing. Now we had a couple of isolated showers and a few thunderstorms that did bubble up with some of the return of sunshine earlier today, and we still do see a couple of spotty showers, but I think here as we go through the rest of this evening, outside of maybe a very isolated shower or two, things will stay fairly quiet. All of this activity tied in to that low pressure system that came through early this morning and continues to pass to our east. A lot of the thunderstorm activity firing up along that across central Illinois and back out through Indiana. Now, with the return of sunshine, our temperatures have warmed into the upper 70s, low 80s. We're currently at 84 right now in Rockford, sitting at 82 in Janesville. Feels like 83. You've got a temperature of 80 in Rochelle. Same thing down in DeKalb. Now, as we go through time with Futurecast, the cloud cover that we see overhead, well, that will fade away, allowing our skies to turn mostly clear. Now, with high pressure building in, that may actually allow some areas of fog to develop as we head through the night tonight. So just be mindful of that. I don't think it'll be too dense, and in fact, a better chance for fog will fall just to the south of us. As we go through the day tomorrow, we should see plenty of sunshine. It'll be warm again. Temperatures are back into the 80s underneath mostly sunny skies, but our pattern gets a little more active looking towards late Friday and then through Saturday, Sunday, and into early next week. Notice we're keeping an eye on a couple of thunderstorms that could be moving close to us during the late Friday night, early Saturday morning hours, but can't completely rule out a shower thunderstorm as we head into Saturday afternoon, but we'll be watching a storm complex that could develop towards the latter half of Saturday into Saturday night, moving to our southeast, and then keeping an eye on that potential for some thunderstorms to once again develop once we get into Sunday, and that trend again will continue Sunday night into Monday. All of this tied into what we call kind of a ring of fire pattern, so that big heat dome that's been out to the west of us the last week and a half, that begins to break down. What we're going to see across southern Wisconsin and northern Illinois are some stronger winds within the jet stream. Those are those darker colors you see on that map. With those winds right overhead, it does enhance that upper level flow and allows these storm systems to move on through. That, as I mentioned, could all begin as early as Friday night, but most likely heading into Saturday. So what does this mean for our precipitation chances? Well, they are there, and the type of storms that could move through, those clusters of thunderstorms that would produce heavy rainfall and strong winds, that would be our biggest threat with those storms. Again, these are more typical during the nighttime hours, but if we are able to break the cap or the lid on the atmosphere at any point over the weekend or early next week, then we could see those thunderstorms during the daytime. Now, all of this does have the potential to turn severe, especially when we consider just the amount of energy that we'll see building up here as we go throughout the next several days. So for tonight, there's no problems. Tomorrow, no issues. Once we get into Saturday, we are under that marginal risk for an isolated strong to severe thunderstorm. During the day, I think the highest threat is a little focused to the northwest. We'll be keeping an eye on the radar for Sunday, and the same thing for Monday too. Notice those areas that are outlined could be the more favored regions to pick up on those severe thunderstorms, and again, it would be more favored during the nighttime hours. Now, temperatures tonight are down into the low 60s, somewhat comfortable, but the heat and humidity return as early as Saturday. Heat index in the mid-90s, then we're talking the heat index close to 100, if not slightly over Sunday and Monday. Of course, the heat, humidity all depend on when and where we see those thunderstorms, but it's short-lived. Cold front comes in and that'll break some of that heat, Mimi and Wendell, as we look towards the middle to end of next week.
Thanks, Candace.
Scott's in next with sports. He gives us a peek ahead to the opening weekend of the high school football season.
Now sports with Sports Director Scott Lever.
High school football season is still a ways off, but a lot of folks are thinking about it today because the IHSA has released the full schedules for every team in the state. Let's peek ahead to week 1 locally. East and Jefferson going to kick off the Nick 10 season ahead of everybody else on Thursday night, August 29th. They'll play at Wyatt Stadium. The other 4 games on Friday, August 30th will be Belvidere North at Guilford, Harlem at Belvidere, Boylan at Freeport, and Auburn at Hononegah. Those 2 schools met in the opening round of the playoffs last season. All the big northern teams open on Friday, August 30th with conference play. Byron will head to Rock Falls. Stillman Valley will play at Dixon. That should be a good one. Rockford Christian will play at Genoa Kingston. Oregon plays at North Boone, another good one there. And Rockford Lutheran will open up at Winnebago. In the NUIC, 4 conference games will be played that Friday night, the 30th. Forston at Fulton, EPC at Galena. Lena Winslow will travel to NUIC newcomer Morrison. That'll be interesting. And Dupac will open in Stockton. Dakota will open on Saturday afternoon with a non-conference game at Dwight Gardner Co-op. Some other 11-man games around the area have Rochelle opening at home that Friday night against Woodstock. Sycamore and DeKalb will kick off their annual rivalry game. And Marengo will open up at home against Evergreen Park. And in 8-man football, 4 Friday games, AFC at Milledgeville, Hiawatha at Christian Life, South Beloit at Polo, Cambridge at Ridgewood, Amboy, and on Saturday, Olden Hebron plays at Orangeville. All right, it's a day for schedule releases. The Ice Hogs' complete schedule is out and includes rare matchups against the Hartford Wolfpack, the Lehigh Valley Phantoms, the Springfield Thunderbirds, and the Tucson Roadrunners. There's also a Black Friday home game against the Chicago Wolves, a New Year's Eve home game against the Iowa Wild, and a Valentine's Day home game against the Wolves. There will be no love lost in that one, the Hogs and the Wolves. Well, the Cubs are going after a sweep of the Orioles tonight, and they do not have Cody Bellinger. He's been put on the injured list with a broken finger. It's a rough day for the Brewers. They had to face Pirates rookie fireballer Paul Skeens. All he did was no-hit the Brewers through 7 innings. Skeens was then lifted from the game. The Pirates won it 1-0. The Brewers did get 2 hits off relief pitcher Colin Holderman. On the bright side for the Brewers, Aaron Cibali had a real good outing. Oh, you can kick back and enjoy the ESPYs tonight. ESPN's annual awards show will happen in Los Angeles with host Serena Williams. You can see it here on WTVO at 7 o'clock. At Sports, we'll be right back.
Well, skies will clear out here as we go through the night tonight. Temperatures will drop back into the low 60s. We may see some patchy fog develop through the overnight. We are back into the mid and upper 80s for tomorrow, dry conditions. But the pattern gets a little more active into the weekend and early next week. Lots of dry time, but we'll watch for some thunderstorms during the night.
Thanks, Candace.
We'll see you at 6.